Okay. First time I've tried to post something in a while, and hopefully this works. One of the things that I did want to discuss is a recent interaction I had with one of the members of the Campaign Finance Committee of the 5 boroughs of New York City. Apparently they don't know their own rules with regards to how long and when you can change party affiliations. Because they were advertising this lobbying trip to go up to Albany to push some bills that they're pushing, which, by the way, I looked through them all. None of them are going to actually solve any of the biggest problems that were faced in the last presidential primary. None of them are going to solve any of the election integrity issues. None of them are going to, enable the primaries to be open. None of them are going to allow for same-day registration. They're going to create a few little bit improvements, okay, but if they actually get passed, but nothing really significant. They're going to shorten the time that it takes a little bit. I think a little bit to with which you need to change party affiliations. I believe they're going to move it both deadlines to 3 months, as opposed to one of them being 3 months and the other one being 9 months. But again, that's not really much of a fix. They're also going to. These bills also include early voting, which and the ability to register online to vote, and which I think would actually also include the ability to change your party affiliation online, which that's nice. But oh, by the way, some counties in New York State already have this and have had this for years, if not decades. So it's just moving the 5 boroughs up to what I think about half the state already is. And therefore it's kind of making it statewide. But again, you're still not really moving all that much forward, and you still don't know your own rules and regulations. For what you're supposed to be controlling, and you're supposed to be helping lead a lobby trip to fix the system, and yet you don't even know the system. Which is scary, comical, sick, in my opinion, all of the above. And it's one of the reasons that, to me, the Campaign Finance Board and the Board of Elections that governs elections in all 5 boroughs should be completely shredded as an entity that's completely non-functional, because they don't know, or I think most of them, they just don't want to know what the heck they're doing. That's one of the things that's on my mind lately. It's, and oh, by the way, they're still blaming the fact that the voter registration purges occurred due to incompetence, which I know that a lot of the people that I've met with are at least partially incompetent, but I also know that some of them, are not incompetent. They're just incredibly skilled liars, because I've seen them claim one day and in front of one group of people that they have no clue what the regulations are, and then 6 days later, I've seen them quote from memory those same freaking laws that they claimed that they had no clue about. So I question I really question the concept of whether even the people that I'm dealing with that might be incompetent, might also just be good at seeming earnest in person. Which is to say, better actors or actresses than the ones that I've seen via repeated meetings, show that they are completely conniving political creatures and liars of the thieving kind. So, again, I really, my number one issue at this point is, above all else in this country, is, as a political activist, is election integrity. The Carter Center will not monitor our elections because they do not meet the minimum standards for transparency and which is to say, they don't, and integrity. So, which is to say, the Carter Center, in theory, would monitor and has monitored other elections in other countries for fraud, but our standards are not coherent enough in terms of being able to trace possible elements of fraud or how they would have occurred, enough for them to even try, which is to say, to them, we're beyond hope in terms of how things are currently being run. Okay? And that's why Jimmy Carter has said that we are an oligarchy in this country. Because he knows that the elections are completely fake in terms of any actual hope of us being able to vote in or out who we want. Until we gain that, any other efforts with regards to elections, to try to get in great people, to try and remove horrible people via the ballot box, they're not going to work. Because they can't. Because again, the only other way to try and do it is via, in essence, a hacking war. Okay? Or to basically have hackers go throughout the country and hack every machine into shutting down every election, every single machine in the country, to have hackers go. And I'm not computer savvy enough. I know it's not that hard to do this, from what I've been told from a variety of sources to do this, but nonetheless, it would require hackers go to every single place and hack in and shut down all the machines in order for us to then manually vote and then have a prayer. Getting in or out, getting in and out people that, need to be gotten in and out. That's how bad right now our system really is. I wish I had better news, better answers, but that's where we now stand. Shalom.